Would you live on a planet with all women?
Yes, immediately, right now.
Would you live on a planet with all women?
Yes.
Would you live on a planet with all women?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Of course. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. 110%. I am.
We don't care. Let me tell you. We don't care.
So yes.
Yes, I love women. Are they selling tickets?
I hate men.
Would you live on a planet with all men?
Hell no. No.
Definitely wouldn't.
No.
No.
No, bro. What the
No. I mean, it'd be cool.
Gay.
Well, maybe 1 hour and I'd regret my decision. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do it.
Women tend to prioritize the wrong things, which makes it very hard for them to find a man that embodies leadership characteristic traits.
But I also feel like men try to plant flowers that they're not even intelligent on planting. Like they'll try to put water the seeds of a rose, but yet they only know how to plant sunflowers. Like you could sometimes be a flower in the wrong garden. So I feel like a lot of men don't water their women, and then they expect them to be able to water themselves. And there needs to be nutrients in that soil and stuff. Scientific.
I like blue cheese on my word salad. That was a lot of word salad. What was that?
Why is it when girls don't like a guy, the guys always attribute it to the wrong things? You hear it all the time. They'll be like, nice guys finish last. See, being nice gets you nowhere when you're nice. Girls don't like you. Man, I can promise you if they don't like you, it's not because you were nice. There's probably other defects. There's probably other things about your personality that they don't like. The nice part was actually probably helping you. Oh, there was another example. I had this one guy friend and he was telling me how I was telling him, I'm like, women, like we love flowers. He's like, I don't believe women love flowers. I think you guys think you love flowers, but you don't actually like flowers. He was like, I used to give my ex flowers every month and she still cheated on me. What makes you correlate like the flowers to the cheating? Like she cheated because she was a cheater. A girl dumped you because she was always going to dump you. You being nice was not the differentiator here. If you were an asshole instead of a nice guy, that was not going to save your relationship because that person was never going to stay. You buying her or not buying her flowers was not going to stop her from cheating because she was always going to cheat. But that also doesn't mean that you should go into relationships and be like, well, nice guys finish last and, you know, girls, what they say is not what they actually mean, so don't even bother getting them flowers. They don't need it. No, for the right girl, you're going to want to do those things because if you don't do those things, she's not going to stay with you. If a guy I liked wasn't getting me flowers, I'm not dating you. If a guy I liked was an asshole to me, I ain't dating you. What makes you correlate these things that have nothing to do with why somebody left you? Why are you like conflating the two things? Treat the women in your life well if you want to keep them. Don't listen to the Reddit single incels who are telling you don't be the nice guy, don't get her flowers, don't be good to her. You are taking advice from the worst demographic ever.
If a guy does any of these things on a first date, he does not deserve a second one. Disclaimer, these are all my opinions. Totally fine if you're a girl and you have lower standards. And before the guys get super emotional in the comments, there are women out there that will be fine with below the bare minimum, so don't take this video to heart. Number 1, if he doesn't offer to pick you up or send you a car to bring you to the date, girls need to realize that you shouldn't be spending a single penny. It's not just about him paying for your food. If you don't want to get into his car, that's totally fine. Make him get you an Uber. If he disagrees, don't even go on the date. 2, if he takes you to a chain restaurant, I don't even need to elaborate on this. A high value man is not going to take you to Red Lobster, okay? Number 3, if he talks too much about himself and he doesn't ask questions about you. You know those guys, when they ask you a question, it's always a question that they eventually want to answer. They really don't care about what you have going on in your life. 4, if he doesn't compliment you. First thing a guy should do when he sees you is compliment you. You just spent probably 2-3 hours to get ready. Those kind of guys give like, they're uncomfortable giving out compliments because of their ego. Number 5, he's too touchy-feely or he starts speaking about like smegdual stuff. Huge red flag. He's trying to test the waters to see how open you are to the idea of potentially getting laid. If he asks you to come to his place, he does not want to show you his home decor. He doesn't want to play the piano for you. He wants to get laid. Be for real. And last, if he doesn't text you if you got home safe. If he doesn't text you asking you if you got home safe, even if he literally dropped you off at your front door, he doesn't care if you live or... Let me know some of your deal breakers in the comments below. Bye!
Well, if he drops you off at your front door, then he knows that you're home safe. I'm pretty sure he's gonna wait to see you go in the house. Why the would he text you again and be like, are you home safe? He just dropped you off, you dumb. Like, what the it's a...
call me from, sweetheart?
Michigan.
Michigan, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay, 27. You have any kids?
Yes, I do.
How many kids?
I have 4 kids.
You have 4 kids. How old are your 4 children?
I have a 10-year-old, and then I have an 8-year-old, and then I have a 4-year-old, and I have I gotta think how she's 6 months now. Yep, okay.
But how many men, Nay?
Who are you talking to?
What do you want? No, you said. Are you serious?
Yo, you just told me.
You
about it.
Okay, sorry, because he was just saying he wanted to be single, and now that I'm out here looking for someone.
Why did you even on that anyway?
Leave me alone. Like, seriously, go back over there and cry like you was.
Yo, you see what I'm
That's weird. So what was the question?
How you gonna tell me I could sit here and think about it, and then you say
no? He always. So you know Kendra? You be watching her show?
It don't even matter. How
do you know Kendra's show? Wait a minute.
How did
you know it was Kendra? How did you know it was Kendra?
I can hear her voice. I can hear
the voice. Kendra, don't you think that's a little suspicious that he just know your voice? That means that he be on here watching, right? Yeah. No, I gotta go. Thank you. No, come here.
Download the Kendra G Singles dating app now. Available on iPhones and Android phones.
In your opinion, why do nice guys finish last?
They too nice. They don't know what they're doing. They too gentle.
Why do girls complain that chivalry's but nice guys finish last?
You asking too many questions. I don't know all that. I don't know.
We're just trying to figure out y'all, because like, we just confused at this point.
If you want to be honest, they be confused too. 1 minute we feel one thing, the next minute we feel another thing. We confused too. Ain't no answer.
At least you're honest.
Do you like a nice guy, or do you like a...
It depends. You could be, I like a fun.
So someone that'll like playfully make fun of you, like type shit?
Yeah, but I don't like too much of a nice guy because I'll feel like you're a bitch.
God damn.
So, it's like a happy medium.
Camera, I'm right here. You are a You was born to
Nice guys finish last. That is the worst phrase. I think that's maybe the most damaging phrase of the 20th century, the 21st century. Like the idea of a nice guy and like nice guy finishing last. You should not be a nice guy in order to get anything at all. You're either a nice person or you're not. And it doesn't matter. You're not ever, if you were really a nice guy, you would never think of it in terms like that. You would be like, I'm nice because I want to be nice because that's the right thing to do. Or that's just when you start, when you start thinking about nice guys get taken advantage of and like no, like people that don't have discernment often get taken advantage of. People that are doing things for ulterior motives. And I don't feel bad for you, by the way, if you get taken advantage of, if you're only being nice to a woman so that you can stick it in. Like, I don't feel bad for you.
Now, do you think nice girls finish last?
Yes.
I do too.
Yes.
Why do women date the rich guy over the nice guy?
Because the nice guy expects you to overlook everything, right? To exist in a state of survival 24/7, but show up fully to the relationship, give up your body 100% of the way, but yet he's asking you to split the check, risking maybe having a child with him, which is not a 50-50 process, let me tell you, okay? The nice guy wants you to overlook the fact that you're dating him for his potential. Whereas with the rich guy, it's not about the fact that he has money. It's about the fact that he had the character of a man who follows through. He exists in a state of abundance. The kind of guy who's resourceful. He always figures it out. He always finds a way. See, the kind of man you want to end up with is gonna be rich because those characteristics attract abundance naturally, okay? So no, I'm not gonna lower my standards. Yes, I want a rich man. Cry about it.
I was just dating a super nice guy for the last 3.5 years and I cheated on him nonstop. I could never stop cheating on him.
With the guys who probably might be ruining the life.
Yeah, like everybody.
So he thought something real was going on and she's using him probably because he was a doormat and doing it for her. And honey, what do you need? What can I do? Do you want me to work all day and also help you cook dinner and then clean up? And like, what else can I do? Do you need a foot massage? Right? One of these like crazy, like, let me just over the top. And so she cheated. And not once, left and right, guy after guy.
I think every woman here would agree that we don't want men bringing their experience and sluttiness to the table. We want men bringing their kindness, their godliness, their honesty, their communication skills.
I'm going to translate that womanese for you guys. So she said, we want guys that are knowledgeable and nice or whatever. This is women speaking from a perspective that the guy's already attractive. There's a reason why nice guys finish last as a phrase. Women say these things, but you're not actually aroused by it. You want the bad boy. You want the guys that are attractive, the guys that can tell you to shut up, make a sandwich.
I think you're stuck in 1950 and you need to wake up and realize you're in 2025.
No, that's precisely my point is we're 2025 and women have changed.
For the better.
For the worse, actually. But that's fine.
You see women, when you ask questions to them and you really honestly and truly, you would expect them to be balanced and think. Once again, you ask a question and you walk them, or they walk themselves right into the issue at hand. I don't know why they do it, but they just keep doing it. They walk themselves right into the issue. Would you rather live on an island with men or just women? Oh yeah, women. And then the looks that they were giving the man, like, why would he even ask a question like that? But then you had most of the men saying, no, I wouldn't want to do that. Why do you think they're saying that? Because I understand, first of all, I like women, and y'all be talking about men don't like women. Second of all, I understand that if it's too much of the same type of energy, then there's going to be an issue. You need a balance there. This is what my men trying to get you to understand. You can be feminine. You can be a woman. Men like that. It's just y'all spend a lot of y'all time trying to humiliate and degrade men, and men stay away from that energy.
Women who want men to share more, to open up. Don't interrupt him. When he pauses, count to 30. Most men will come in at about 18, unless you're asking about feelings. Could be 3 days. Don't ever ask a question that isn't worth waiting for the answer. And women start waiting for the answer. And lo and behold, men start talking, which is amazing. He's opening up. Then they have a new complaint. Well, I listened to him for an hour and a half, and then he didn't listen to me. Men show appreciation by take and use. You know they appreciate the listening because they're talking. They know they appreciate the sandwich because they ate it. Women show appreciation by direct reciprocity. I listened to you for 27 minutes. Now you listen to me for 27 minutes. And women are profoundly aware of this. The men will open up and then they'll complain, but they're not listening to me. Well, that's a whole other thing. Get listened to by a man. He's not going to do it in return. He's not built that way.
What the heck happened to guys chasing girls? No, like seriously.
Because men figured out that it doesn't work. If they chase a woman, that means that woman is running away from them. They don't want to be in a relationship with that man. They actually just want to take the effort and the energy and the time from that man. Versus a woman that just stays in place and allows a man to pursue her. That is a woman that doesn't expect a man to chase her, and she acts like she actually likes him. And I would argue that that is the only type of woman that a man should be trying to pursue, which this is no surprise to men. They've already known this for many, many years. It's just that they're actually putting it into action now. And women, they're noticing that they're not getting chased, they're not getting validated, they're not getting all the free drinks at the bar. So it absolutely makes sense why men are no longer chasing.
I say I'm a feminist. To me, it's just, I feel like women should have the choice to do what they want. The same as men. Like, men can choose whatever they wanted.
If we want to talk about choice, women didn't have to work. Men never had that choice throughout history, and I'd argue men, even in 2026, men can't realistically go out there in the dating market and be like, I want to be a stay-at-home husband. That will not fly with even liberal women. Liberal women who might have good career ambitions, their standard, even though they are feminists and believe in 50-50 equality, blah, 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 most women, even liberal progressive women, their standard's going to be, I want a guy who makes as much money as me or more. So there is never really a choice for men to want to actually step back and be more taking care of the household. That's a choice women have. Now, in terms of careers, you have to have a really strong understanding of what the world looked like 100, 200, 300 years ago. You have to remember 300 years ago, there wasn't air conditioning. There wasn't like lunch breaks and HR, and there wasn't
pregnancy leave.
No, that did not exist. 100 years ago, as a man, you go into the coal mines. This idea of like lacking of access to the workplace was physical. It was labor.
So this is a question for the guys. So I know many guys have said that they don't want to approach women anymore. Like, they're not going to approach her out at a grocery store. They're not going to approach her at the gym. They're not going to approach her at the bar. Because why? Most women can just frankly be rude to guys, or don't want them talking to him, or don't want them talking to her. So Question for these guys that would say they don't approach women. If a woman went out of her way to make eye contact with you, looked away, looked back, maybe even held the gaze for a couple seconds, made sure she was within proximity of you, as well as then smiled at some point. If a woman goes to that extent, would you then change your mind on approaching her? Or do you just want the woman to approach you? I know some women don't want to do that because they're old school, and that's kind of how I am. But I also am just like, if I want to talk to someone, I'll just go talk to them. But maybe I'm different in that way. But would this change your mind, guys? Let me know in the comments.
Great. Girls will always deserve to be for rejecting nice guys like me.
Nice guy, huh? Is the definition of what constitutes a nice guy one of those things that has recently undergone some changes? Because the last time that I checked, a nice guy, or just a nice person in general, would not say this.
Girls will always deserve to be.
Then to be followed by this.
For the record, if you are expecting an apology for what I said about this, you're not getting one. I said what I said.
But then there's this.
I am untouchable and I am bulletproof. I went viral 2 times before tonight, and nothing ever happened to me, and nothing will ever happen to me personally. So do with that as you will.
So let's really think about something, okay? How nice can a person be, really, if they would say that women that reject them deserve to be raped? Doesn't sound very nice at all, now does it?
80% of women want the top 20% of men. Yes! We don't want someone who doesn't have their together. Would you? Red pill men love to say, well, the truth hurts. Women finally have rights and are now practicing natural selection, and y'all are mad about it. Instead of going to therapy, instead of practicing some introspection on your bigotry, on your hate towards women, you would rather hate us in return for not choosing you.
Lady, it sounds like you're the one with all the hate. It's like the pot calling the kettle black. 90% of men won't want your because look at you. You're here talking all that good, but there's no self-reflection. You have a bad attitude. You're overweight severely, and let's be quite frank, you're not easy to look at. You're not nice on the eyes. The top 20% of men are not choosing you. And get the off the internet. It's so easy, even a caveman can do it.
I was a stay-at-home mom for many, many years, and I recently had somebody say, well, your husband worked so that you could stay at home. No, my husband would have worked regardless if he had a family or not, and I didn't get to work. I chose to stay at home because, of course, as a mom, you want to raise your children. But I did sacrifice building my career, having retirement, developing and networking, and all of those things. That was a sacrifice that I made. My husband, he continued the course of his life, finishing college, getting a job. His life really went unaltered, besides he had a wife at home, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids, and children and a family, which actually benefits men. And I think it just irks me when people don't value the work that women do and to say, well, you get to stay at home. Like it's, something, a gift that's given to you and someone else on, someone else's behalf. But regardless if you have a wife or family, kids, you still are going to work. So it's not like you're going to work just for them and as some act of, martyrdom. That's not the case. Everybody has to figure out how to provide for themselves, family or not. I wouldn't have chosen any other thing. This cat, obviously, I wouldn't have chosen any other thing. I am glad I got to be home with my kids, but whenever that it's not appreciated or acknowledged that it was a sacrifice to do so, that is whenever I am mad about.
Scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love coming to Costco with your wife? 0. How much do you love coming to Costco with your wife? 0. Can I say negative? So what's the number? 0.
Genuine question. Why do men get married? Why do you need women for? Why do you need your wives if you hate them? Isn't it easier to just stay single or be gay? Clearly you're all gay. You hate your wife.
I'm going to give my perspective here, but before I do, I just want to point this out here.
No ring. I'm sure it's completely irrelevant, but here we go. My wife knows I don't like going to Costco, but she still asks me and still wants me to go, and I go with her. Now, I go with her because of her. Now, it doesn't mean I have to like going to Costco. And just because I don't like going to Costco doesn't mean I hate her. All those men were there. Think about that. You're asking men that are at a place if they like being there, and they say no, zero, but they are there. And this woman is still finding some negative way of looking at it and saying, why do you get married? Why do you hate your wives? Just be. What are you talking about? Like, I do stuff all the time for my wife that I don't like, and she does a lot of stuff for me that she doesn't like. That's marriage, dummy. Like, what are you expecting? And it makes me think that's probably why you're single. You don't understand men. You don't understand marriage. I don't like going to Costco, but I do it. My wife doesn't expect me to like going to Costco. She just wants me there. I'm so happy my wife isn't one of these darn nasty feminists. Goodness gracious, I looked out.
I went on a date with the guy, 3 dates. Guys, I'm up to 3 dates. And he calls me up the other day and he's like, for the 4th date, I would like you to plan, because I planned the last 3 dates. Like, okay, no one's ever asked me that before, to be honest, but I was like, sure, all right. I have no idea now if he meant I should plan it and pay for it, or do I just plan it and, like, anyone can give me some help here? And is that weird?
And once again, I would like women, they don't see anything but from their perspective. And so when you have one of your guy friends, this is a time where you can show up, because y'all want men to show up for you. When a man says, I don't think that women like nice guys, what make you think that? Well, I bought my girlfriend flowers and she still cheated on me. I was a nice guy. How do you make the correlation between being a nice guy and buying her flowers and her not liking the nice guy because she cheated on you? Well, a lot of women say men don't know how to court. They don't know how to take me out. They starve me for attention. They don't give me any validation. They don't buy me They don't even buy me flowers. Why does he think that I'm going to stay with him if he doesn't do anything that I want? And then he's saying, okay, I've gone out there and I've done that, and she still cheated on me. I did what I was supposed to do and she still cheated on me. So I don't really even know if you guys like flowers. Actually, the only thing that you seem to respect is a man with money, a man with options, a man that's going to dog you out. That's the only person that you seem to respect. That's how he might have come to that conclusion.
I was watching a video. A woman said, guys are not approaching no more. Where are all the real men? Back in the day, it used to be the worst she can say is no. That was a common saying between us men. However, now you get faced with bad attitude, disrespect. There's no respect for the approach. No thank you, or hey, I appreciate it, but not interested, or I'm in a relationship, I have a boyfriend, whatever. Now we go into the bigger things. Being made fun of in public or in the group that woman might be in. Second is fake harassment cases. Third is getting trespassed from that place, whether it's a store or whatever it is, wherever you've seen the woman. The problem is now the risk is too high because women don't have a baseline for a bad approach. They find the guy unattractive and he used the same line as an attractive guy would. They're gonna call it harassment. That's the problem. And they get away with it. That's why they keep that. I'm not saying all women are like that, but a fair amount are. There are good interactions too that we have, where there's respect and appreciation of a guy approaching. Always feels good for the guy, right? So it's not that men are scared, it's just they don't feel it's worth it now. The juice is not worth the squeeze in. Do you understand? You understand. So ladies, if you want men to approach like the good olden times, you have to make yourself approachable and at least respect a good approach. I'm not saying be out here saying thank you to creeps and stuff. Where it was a clean approach and the guy's trying or whatever, even though he might be nervous, that's okay. It takes a lot to do it. If not, it's not going to make a difference for men per se. For guys' attention and validation levels that are going to be low, not ours, because we don't work on attention and validation. Thank you. Come again.
Men saying, I've just decided altogether to avoid women. That it's better to be single, guys. They're almost like happy about the fact that they're gonna make the choice to avoid the entire gender of women because they have yet to actually resolve the war they have within themselves.
It is not because they're fighting a war within themselves. It is because they found peace with themselves. And she was so close. She was just so close to getting there because at least she's recognizing what men are saying. Because they're tired of the complaining, the double standards, the expectations, and the risk of losing everything that they've built. There is no unresolved internal war going on in these men. He just found peace and contentment on his own instead of using that energy and effort on someone else.
Not to mention that we don't have a loneliness epidemic, we have a loser epidemic.
What we actually have is an epidemic of single motherhood where it's praised and single fatherhood is demonized because what did he do wrong? We have an epidemic of women who would rather put their butt cheeks on the internet on OnlyFans rather than to be in the kitchen and learn how to cook and clean. We also have an epidemic of women who pretend to care about men's mental health. Well, they have their link in bio for their spicy pages. We also have an epidemic of bitter baby moms who would rather drag the father of their children through court, have him pay hundreds and thousands of dollars, and only get 30% of time with his children while simultaneously calling him a loser for working too much, even though the court systems value the mother's home over the father's home. So they're proud to destabilize the father of their children and call him a loser rather than to maintain a healthy co-parenting relationship for their children. But yet it's only the men that are losers. We have an epidemic of women who would rather have men pay their entire way, pay their bills, pay for meals, pay for their hair, pay for their nails, constantly have their hand out because they're entitled. But then she'll actually dump him for the next guy that has no job, no career, nothing going for him because, he was emotionally there for her. We have an epidemic where it's cool for women to claim that all men are narcissistic and we have an epidemic of women assuming that these men are going to come in and be Prince Charming because they've watched too many Disney movies. We have an epidemic of women expecting men to be equal to them, but it's only equal to what benefits them. Because we all know that the majority of women only care about equality where it suits them and will fit their lifestyle the best. We have an epidemic of where women want men to court them and be interested in them only to accuse them later on of love bombing them and being narcissists. We have an epidemic of women who gaslight men into thinking that they're happy, and they try to convince them that they shouldn't go 50-50 because the reality is that the majority of women can't even afford his 50% in the first place. But y'all aren't ready for that kind of conversation. We have an epidemic of lack of accountability because when she cheats, it's still his fault because he wasn't emotionally there. But when he cheats, it's still his fault. So no matter what, the men are getting blamed for it regardless. We live in a world where women will project their insecurities about being broke this and being broke that when really it's them who are broke themselves. So even courtship is out the window. We have an epidemic of women who will claim SA or grape or claim that he's if he even looks her direction. We have an epidemic where if a man says anything wrong on a date, he's going to end up on Are We Dating the Same Guy, where these women can slander men without any consequences to their actions. Oh, and let's not forget, even if you are a good guy and you show up and you're emotionally in tune and you're able to, give her everything that she wants, she's still going to dump you because the good guy is still boring. So, when you really want to talk about who the real loser is, maybe it's time to look in the mirror. Okay, bye.
Womansplaining Men to Women, episode 128, I think. If there's one thing I've learned about men and women during the holidays, it is that women do not want their men home. If you're a dude and you take 2 weeks off work without telling your wife, you might as well just slap her right across the face, I guess, because they are not used to it. It just throws them right off. I've been seeing a lot of posts like this. My husband has been off work since the 24th and I haven't unalived him. Please clap for me. And these posts tend to be super relatable, with women agreeing that they do not want their husbands home this long. This woman actually feels a similar joy leaving the house because her husband is home all the time on long-term disability. And what's really interesting about this post is that when people ask if he's lazy or needs more work to do, while he's on vacation, she actually says that he's not lazy and has done every chore she's asked of him. She just still doesn't want to be around him. And holy, Ladies, this is a huge problem because I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but a man can't work forever, and neither can you. Eventually, you'll both have to retire, and when you do that, you'll have to live together and spend time together and grow into old age together, and you'll have to do that without committing spousal homicide. In fact, these will be the years you need each other most to survive. So this is your trial by fire. This is how you learn to do just that. There's a scene in Bruce Almighty, it might have been Evan Almighty, where God says that if you pray for patience, he doesn't give you patience. He gives you an opportunity to be patient. You are never going to be just handed a person who never annoys you and knows everything you want. But surely what you do know is why you married this person, right? So why did we forget that just because you took a couple weeks off? Listen, of course this is going to be a change to your routine and might throw you off a little bit, but I am begging you to try and see how special this is to him and your kids if you have them, and try not to focus on what could go wrong or how he could mess things up. He's been looking forward to this time with you and to be at home and not working for so long. And I'm going to say something else that you don't want to hear. He's also been looking forward to doing nothing. He really just wants to use some of his vacation time for nothing. In fact, everyone deserves some time for nothing. Look, you married him for him, right? Not for the time that he's gone. And it would just mean the world to him if you made him feel that way.
Tell me what man goes months and years without sex until they find the right person.
Every man.
Stop the lies!
95% plus of men on this planet.
On the planet.
Have that exact experience. I'm just telling you the truth. Most men on the planet Earth don't have access to pussy.
What about brothels?
They have no money!
Yeah, but they don't have the money.
Cost of living, you know.
Cost of living. We're not in like some third world country where you could do it for like £10 or £5, bro. Like,
even then they can't afford it.
Call me whatever you want, but I've come to the realization that I'm just too big and black in America to be randomly approaching women in public. First of all, y'all don't even really want to be bothered for real. And I get that because I'm the same way. I just be minding my business. Besides, with how women talk about how much they fear for their safety around men, I ain't really trying to scare nobody. So basically at this point, if she doesn't make it painfully obvious that she wants me to talk to her, it doesn't really matter what the attraction level is. I'll respectfully keep it pushing and let God take the wheel.
Guys don't approach girls at the bars anymore.
I do.
I don't expect guys to come up to me, but I know the caliber of my friends and I know what those look like, and they are some stunning. If guys aren't going up to them, guys aren't going up to anyone. So I think if you're going up to girls at the bar in the first place, whether you say hi, whether you say, can I buy you a drink, whether you use Nick's line, which is a great line, by the way.
Thank you.
I think you have a million times better of a shot.
Yeah, I mean,
you really don't have all that much competition because guys aren't going up to girls. It's not like 15 guys are going up to a girl in a night to tell her how pretty she is. She probably gets one a night.
As a man with a lot of girlfriends, the two most common complaints I hear from my single friends is, one, that apps have ruined dating because guys never go up to girls anymore to ask them out, which they think is cool if guys have the confidence to go up to them. And the number two thing that they complain about is that it's creepy when guys go up to them because they're just trying to have a fun night with their girlfriends out at the bar. So do with that information what you will, and good luck in the dating world.
You know, women are asking questions like, once again, under what circumstances? Because you guys are not coming. You guys will not approach. Under what circumstances are you willing to approach a woman? And the men have laid it out multiple times. So if a woman gets right directly in your path and she goes out of her way to look at you multiple times and stop in front of you and try to catch your attention, would you approach then? That would be a great start, but I think with the way that some of these modern women act, that might not be all she needs to do, because she beat and done all that stuff, and a man be like, oh yeah, she definitely wants me to approach, and then he goes and approach and she was like, why are you over here? Well, you know, you looked at me. I looked at you. I was just scanning the room. Oh, well, okay. I mean, I thought, oh, I guess I was just a little bit. Never mind then. You have a good day. And that's usually what it turns into.
All right, this is for my girls. One, be nice. Be nice to men. Because I've had a restored faith in men that are like actually having the guts to just like come up to women. And if you're mean to them, you're gonna scare them. So don't do that. But I do have a restored faith in men. And I think part of it comes from women being nice, women being open to like just like one, look up from your phone. If you're going for a walk, look up from your phone. Don't have RBF. Actually, that's probably okay. But just like inviting, like smile at somebody if they walk past, like don't be freaking creepy, but like smile at them. The amount of people I've met on my walks is insane. Literally a guy just walked past. I walked past him. He then like turned around and he was like, hey, excuse me. And then like asked me about restaurant options around the neighborhood. I'm just like, you can meet people if you're willing to just look up from your phone, give a smile, make eye contact. Like, we don't have to look like we don't want to talk to humans. We can look like we want to talk to humans, but like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of girls are like, guys just don't, and I'm like, they will if you're nice. Stop being pissy when they walk up. Stop being annoyed. Stop assuming the worst in every man. Like, don't get off on freaking rejecting them. Be nice. You can say, no, I'm good, thank you. But be nice if you're gonna do it. But like, just look up. Smile. But don't be like annoyed that people, like guys aren't approaching you if you're not being approachable. You know? Anyway, I literally just met a new person while walking. The amount of people, like literally all my friends lately have been because I'm like walking. That's how I meet them. Because I smile, I don't look at my phone the whole time. It's not that hard. Anyway, just my 2 cents. Be nice. Be nice. Women, be nice to men because we don't need to scare them off. They're finally getting the guts to talk to people again. Let's not scare them off by rejecting every single one of them and like embarrassing them in the process. Be nice.
After building a career on making men think that she cared about them just to reach 1 million followers, turn around and say, you men, I actually don't like you at all. This now garnered 8 million man-hating women because that's just all of her content. Well, she popped out with a man. She got engaged and now she's shocked and dazed and confused as to why her giant following of man-hating women aren't with her fiance. Why they're all on her now. I'm sorry, you built an entire following on women who are bitter, angry, and lonely, and then you're wondering why they're not clapping for you now that you're no longer bitter, angry, and lonely? Also, can we just call out the men who date man-haters like Drew Afalo for like what they actually are, which is just cucks. Like, you're the biggest cuck. You know that your woman despises your entire gender and you think that you're good enough? You think you're different? This is like when girls date misogynists and they're like, yeah, he hates women, but I'm special. You're not special. You're idiot. Congratulations. Hating on men for your entire career has done one of 2 things. Actually, both things. Number 1, they've made the man-haters hate your husband, and they've made the women who don't even hate men hate your husband. Because how desperate do you have to be with somebody like her? This relationship isn't gonna last. I don't think they're even gonna make it to marriage, and if they do, they will get divorced. This is my prediction right now.
Since men don't approach women anymore, I guess I should start going up to men. I live in a city, and literally anytime I'm walking anywhere, anytime I see a cute guy, it's always heads down, headphones in, he won't look it.
That is because dating has become a humiliation ritual for us guys. I did approach a woman like 3 years ago. If you think I'm gonna be doing that again, kiss my I got laughed at so much. When I went home, I just cried. It literally got to the point where I had to switch classes. I've seen so many videos being like, no, we don't want you to approach us, stay the away from us. We don't know who to approach. Nowadays, you are not going to be expecting, oh, you know what? I look pretty today. A guy's definitely gonna approach me. No, that's absolutely not true. Like, woman, you have absolutely no idea how hard it is to approach you guys. It's so horrible. I would literally choose over approaching a woman. This is gonna sound really pathetic, but I would rather have a robot girlfriend than go through the entire process of trying to get a girl's number. I know, it sounds really pathetic, but it is true. I'm not gonna speak for other guys, but I'm not approaching. Like, ever. Honestly, being single does sound a lot better than just get humiliated.
I believe that women are disproportionately destroying this country. And I also believe that it is enabled by weak men. So I want to be very clear. I'm not attacking women. I'm attacking both sexes. But we attack men, and rightly so, all the time for excessive aggression, predation, as we should. But we never, ever criticize women for their errors, for their specific flaws, which are largely uncontrolled, uncontained emotion, which explodes and leaks out into horribly destructive areas, such as mutilation and hormonal castration of young children, most of whom are girls, and most of which is led by women. Women therapists, women teachers, women surgeons, women clinical directors, women politicians, women legislators. Even mothers in families are largely driving this, not men, not fathers. Of course, the fathers, they're just standing around letting it happen. So I'm not saying that they're guiltless or blameless, but I'm saying they're not stepping up. And we need strong, ethical men to stand up and to contain the excesses of what I would call toxic femininity. Yes. And we have lost that balance in our society. And if we don't get it back, we are gonna fall as a nation. We are already teetering. And we are very close to the precipice. So our problems today, we could say, the political divide, a lot of politics. Politics is a symptom of an underlying problem.
Women are the reason for 60% of divorces, and honestly, I believe it.
It's very true. Most divorces are, in fact, initiated by women.
Because men will ignore you for years and then act confused when you finally leave. Like, don't play dumb. She didn't wake up and decide she was done. She told you 1,000 times what was wrong, and you brush it off every single time.
Now, I understand that this post is supposed to be about how men are the problem in marriages, but a lot of individuals like to conveniently leave out the fact, and yes, it is a fact, that women married to women actually have the highest divorce rates of all. So is it really men that are the problem?
One thing about women, we'll stay until the very last straw. We'll explain it, we'll cry about it, we'll try to fix it, and you still sit there acting clueless.
Well, if that was actually true, then women married to women would actually have the longest lasting relationships, wouldn't they?
Once you finally fast, suddenly, it's, where did it come from? It came from you not listening. That's why most women file for divorces.
Okay, sure. But in my opinion, a lot of women, not all, file for divorce because they simply aren't happy. And there's a lot of women that would rather just get divorced than work on the problem.
These are the 4 reasons why you lost her to somebody else. Number 1, you stopped making her feel anything. Same routine, same restaurant, same tired positions, same boring lines every single time. That does nothing for her anymore. It doesn't pull her in, and it does not make her crave you. Number 2, you forgot how to build anticipation. You go straight to it with zero warm-up, no seduction, no tension, no mystery, just straight to business like a robot. No, instead, you need to tell her exactly what you're about to do before you even touch her. I'm gonna make you come so hard, you're gonna forget your own name as soon as I get out of the office, so get ready. Like that. Let her hear that. Let the anticipation build so she's shaking before you even touch her. Number 3, you stopped claiming her. Women want to be owned, so say it loud like this. Lay down. Your is mine now. I want to feel every pulse of you on me. Command that authority in the bedroom. Do it. Number 4, you got comfortable. You thought showing up, paying the bills, and staying loyal was enough. But I'm sorry, my friend, it was not. She doesn't just want safe and stable. She wants to feel something real. Women respond to what things make us feel like, because when a woman feels a high level of raw hunger from her own man, no outside attention even registers. But if you stay silent and predictable, she's going to crave that intensity somewhere else. The man who makes her feel fully wanted is the man she will never, ever leave.
You know the type of guys I never feel bad for? Short guys and nerdy guys. I never worry about them. There's so much pity party for the short kings. You would be surprised. They crack. And on top of that, they get girls. I don't know what this whole stigma is that short guys don't get girls. And nerdy guys that are not fit. Like, honestly, I feel like they're pulling more than like the buff guys that go to the gym and have biceps and abs. Let's be honest. Walking on the streets of Bangkok, like, I've seen primarily nerdy guys with the hottest girls you've ever seen. And rarely a really hot guy with a hot girl. That's just so rare. And it's not even just in Bangkok. It's like everywhere I've traveled, to be honest.
And you know, what guy was talking about why men don't approach, and he said there's a plethora of different reasons. And then one thing that kind of caught my attention is he talked about being trespassed in places because women didn't feel comfortable. And I was like, now why would anybody do something so silly as to have somebody trespassed? And then I remembered there have been a few men that I can think of off the top of my head that have been in public spaces or gyms or something like that, where they tried to come up respectfully and talk to the woman, but she was like, oh my God, get away from me. And then she went and told somebody, and the man was escorted out of the gym, or he was told to leave. So yeah, you keep on hearing, it's like, why would anybody ever do that? But then you remember, oh yeah, there are some women that would do that.